Hello and welcome to round number 6 of the Anti-Stall Racing Super Formula League on Assetto Corsa here at Bahrain today.
Yeah, sorry for being a bit late. I had some technical difficulties.
That's actually perfect timing.
Hopefully they should be fixed now.
That was actually dead on perfect time. I just got everything sorted as you did that. That is brilliant timing. We are in qualifying with just under 9 minutes to go. A few more drivers have joined us now as we just watch Kevin spin into the wall. Yeah, it was actually brilliant timing. Thank you for joining me just in time. So, last time out, quite a... as we've just lost Alexis from the server apparently. Quite a bit of mayhem, I'd say, in the first part of the race. We had second place taken out by a lapped car. We had a few crashes in the last corner. We had 2 cars flying off the circuit. There was a lot going on in Car Army. Now here we are in Bahrain. And I have just noticed I've lost my co-commentator. Something is bad for him. I think his connection, he's having a few issues. Today I am actually... the sun is disgusting on camera, is it? Oh, I bet it is. It doesn't... I'm in charge of camera today, which means we can try and hide away from the camera somehow as we go on board with Tristan as he spins into the wall at turn number 11, which is unfortunate. It will be a night race, I believe, so hopefully the sunlight will just be like setting for qualifying and we will go dark for the race duration, which is 30 minutes for the rolling, I don't know why I keep saying rolling start, I still got that on there even though it's not, and of course pit window forced between 5 minutes and 25 minutes of the race, and they have pushed to pass as well, which I believe is 14 times during the race, if I'm not wrong. We saw 4, but yeah, this is the Anti-Stall Racing RSS Formula Supreme Series on the Assetto Corsa. Round number 6 of the season, and we're at the halfway point, and Jansen has won all of them so far. But today, only P12 at the moment. The car in the lead is Phoenix, which, if I'm not wrong, was P3. I recognise the name, or am I thinking of another series I swear I may have seen him in, but he was doing well. Hutchinson was the guy on form last time out after being taken out while in P2, managed to get his way back up to 3rd place. If I'm not wrong, Felix was definitely up there. Who got P2 though, off the top of my head? I don't know. We'll check the Instagram because it's always great to follow Anti-Stall Racing on Instagram. It tells you all the results. Turns out they post a lot too, because now I'm struggling to find the results. I'm sure were on here the other day. Ah, hang on. They might be... no. They'll be here. We've got the championship standings are there. Oh no, them then. Sebastian is 2nd. After Jansen in 1st, Kevin's 4th, P3 is Tristan, and Doric is 5th, which is currently 5th in qualifying here too. But the results, I must be blind. They've got to be somewhere on the Instagram. Everything is. Maybe not then. Maybe they're not there. I thought they might have been. The soundings definitely were. But there you go. 5 minutes left of qualifying. Sun's setting. Hopefully it will be down by the time we go racing. Not sure if my commentator is back or not. We have currently 16 cars have done a lap time. Pretty close. 5 tenths separates the top 2 here. Bit of a gap back to 3rd of Leon in 38.4. Just got a car up ahead of him. passes. That might have been Hutchinson as he goes through. Qualified P3 at the moment. Pulling up his tyres. Anybody on a lap, Sebastian? Might be on one. The lovely pink and red car. Just says outlaps for everybody, doesn't it? They could be on flyers. I wouldn't be able to tell you until they cross the line, maybe. So Jansen is coming into the last corner. It says outlap, but we'll see when he crosses the line whether he actually sets a time. At the moment, P12, man has won every race so far with a 1 minute 40.7. So 1 minute 40.2. I was looking at Cornelius' time. He does go pole 36.7, 3 temps, and has now gone into pole where he used to being. Anybody else on a time? Mark might be on one. Paul Cook, just I think was the car that came out the pits. Leon is just exiting the pits. He's actually locked up as soon as he's come out. Are you back? Is everything sorted? Maybe.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Oh, that's perfect. Discord doesn't show that I'm talking, but...
Oh, does it
sorry.
not?
Fine.
Ah, can you see the everything fine? Is that okay?
Yeah, it's fine. I don't know why my internet doesn't really want to cooperate right now, but... I think this is gonna work.
Yes. Oh, that's lovely then. We've got 3 minutes left to qualify. Shockingly, Jansen's gone pole, as you may not have seen that one coming. Do you remember who finished P2 and 3 last week? Because I've forgotten who was second. I do.
I remember Hutchinson had a very nice recovery drive.
Yes.
After colliding with Bent's. Was it Phoenix? It may have been Phoenix. I got P2, and then Hutchinson.
See, that's what I was thinking. I was thinking Phoenix got P2, but I couldn't, for the life of me, confirm whether I was just making stuff up on the spot or not.
Well, if anybody should know this, it should be us, right?
It should be us. I checked the Instagram because I thought it would be there. The championship standings are, but the results weren't, which I was surprised. I feel like they were, but they're definitely posted in the Discord before. But I do feel like it. Oh, maybe it was no. It's just who was it? Who went for the longest stop? It was Dorak, didn't he? Oh, I can't. No, he pitted in. I can't remember for the life of me. Well, I feel like it was Phoenix.
Dorak had the incident with Gurlich, who seemed to arrive at this track after having a bit of a flyer.
Oh, that's not what I wanted. Yes, I do believe he disconnected apparently during the incident, but it was terrible timing for a disconnect, as we saw. He flew all the way to Bahrain from Karlami as he spins there, getting on the power too early.
About Gurlich.
Yeah.
Luckily, his outlap, he has some time. He has about a minute to get across the line. I think that's doable, but he's gonna.
Yeah, it's not gonna be
start off his final lap in a less than ideal way.
Yeah, there's sort of a slower way. Mark, I haven't seen his name before, I don't believe. P11.
That doesn't ring a bell now.
But those curves are aggressive. They frozen wide.
Seen some of the practice we had just before this qualifying session. I think Phoenix actually went a bit faster than Bent's. But he seems to be in the pits, so will he have time to get his final lap out? And perhaps snatch pole away from Bent's?
That sun is proper.
Yeah, 17th back.
Yeah, 7/10 is quite a big gap there.
Of a newbie to a sort of course, does P mean? I know P means that they're pitting.
Definitely pit.
Finished quality.
I'd like to think that anyone that's in the pits now is definitely not getting. Yeah, there you go, check flare. They're not getting out another lap. Leon turns away. He's done
so
as
it's
well.
down to Hutchinson.
Which is also done. I found him. Martin, Kevin's done.
Yeah.
Tamas is the car. It's a car on a lap.
Of course, never rule anybody out, but looking at the times compared to Bent's, I think it's going to be a bit difficult for the other drivers to snatch pole away from him. this point as Cosmo rounds the final corner. Now just has to go straight. Will he have made up enough time to get pole? 23 seconds away. Where does he finish?
He stays P9.
Yeah, it seems like it. Doesn't improve on his lap, so that's unfortunate. What about Friedland? Let's see. He will have to make up quite a lot of time, but still have a few corners to go. That's the final corner.
Oh, he's...
Oh, that's unfortunate for Friedland. He's not going to be able to improve his P14.
And that should be that of qualifying.
Yeah, and that's qualifying done. If you remember it correctly, it was Phoenix getting that P2 at Kyalami last week. So the top three actually, as it were, when we finished the race. So that is Jensen Bintz on pole position, 7.5 tenths in front of P2. And what can I say? That's surprising. Well, not surprising that Bintz is going fast, but I was hoping that he perhaps would have had a bit more competition going into this qualifying round, seeing some of the pace that Phoenix and Hutchinson had the last race.
It's very close for P2 behind him, though. Very close. That is an insane gap there.
That's 100 between Phoenix and Hutchinson. So really looking forward to that battle. I think they're gonna have some nice racing.
On the Twitch chat,
next 30 minutes.
they're saying that Sebastian's had a poor quality there in P8.
That's very unfortunate. His championship rival Justin Koenig 2 positions in front of him. Only 5 points separate the two drivers.
If I don't go
Oddly
out...
enough, that's a battle for P2, so I think that's it's going to be really interesting to follow today and see if Sebastian is able to get his head down. Of course, quali doesn't determine anything, but getting a nice qualifying position is certainly something that would help you, especially in a sprint race like this one.
If I do not go to the track, do I hopefully go straight to the pits? That's the question. If I don't get to the countdown, because I don't want to be on the track, but am I going to be in the way? The lights are about to go on in 10 seconds. Hopefully we do this without me missing the start. We'll find out. I feel like we've got away with that. We haven't missed the start at all. Hopefully we're not on the track either. Here we go then.
Oh, and that's a great start from Hutchinson. Is he up into P1? No, but it's three right going into turn 1. Wow.
Oh, he's had to cut across turn 2.
It seems like Phoenix has taken the lead already. No, that is Bintz. I'm sorry.
Looks like everyone's safely.
They're still side by side between P2 and 3.
Oh, that's Leon and Tristan getting close. Oh, it's actually who's? Oh, Leon and I think Leon's had an incident there with Tristan. Oh, who's spinning there? I think it was Stefan spun round.
Yeah, certainly losing a lot of time here. As the top 5, 6 haven't really changed that much as we are halfway through lap 1. Ooh, that squad is getting a bit close to right in front of him. That's Tristan Koenig will be able to go for a move into this next corner. Tristan going defensively, but around the outside is possible in a fast corner like this one. Ooh, someone braking a bit too late there. Not very easy to follow two identical looking cars.
Yeah, I believe this is Stefan versus Tristan.
Ahead, yeah.
Well, no, so maybe it's Leon actually, because the timing hasn't updated as they haven't crossed the line. So it's actually Leon versus Stefan here into the last corner, side by side. So it wasn't Stefan that spun. It may have been Kevin instead. God, that's a great run.
Stand P4 in this championship, not close enough. Englishes are close enough for P3 at this point, but any points helps, of course.
It's interesting, the timings. They don't move the drivers around. That sounded like contact, but these are very close here. I believe this is... Oh, it is! Oh! Is that was Leon and... Not,
Is it Leon and Durek coming together?
I think it was...
That's unfortunate. That's P4 and 5.
Thomas. It was Thomas. The timings are not solely up there. I was never spinning the bottom of the hill there for maybe... No, a blue car. Who's the blue car? Don't know who the blue car is, can't find a blue car. So this is Mark versus Hugo. Is it Felix maybe? No. So Jason's... So it's Jansen. Is it...
Jansen Bintz.
So Jansen is at the back of the field. It may have said he's P1, but he's...
That means that Phoenix is now in the lead.
So Phoenix is leading. Hutchison, Durack, Leon is side by side with...
Let's see the coming across the line here now. Should update the timing sheets then.
Sadly it's not.
Let's see if it does.
Right, so that timing sheet's not updating, so... But this one...
Well, this one looks like the right one.
This one is. So
let's try and compare. That is Justin Koenig up into P4. Where is STS? At the Fenton Hubble. Where is Fenton Hubble on these? On the second timing sheet. Is that the guy in P14? Then he must have had a crash. That's a bit hard to read, isn't it?
I'm gonna try and get that to move, because that's not... Please move. It won't move. I don't know why it won't move. Please move over. That moved over. Why wouldn't you move over? That's not helpful. Why is that not playing fair to play? That moved. Why wouldn't you? Oh, you won't play nice. Why will you not move over? Give me the control. Move. No.
Well, this is a déjà vu back to Imola.
Yeah, back to Imola. Why?
Yeah.
Just why wouldn't you? Oh, so you're okay. We'll go to this side of the screen. Apologies. That timing over here is for me. So look at the top.
That's Hutchinson now into the lead, overtaking Phoenix. When did he do that? And just as I say that, the pit window is now open, so it's going to be interesting to see who pits first. We didn't see any early pitters back in Kyalami, and I think that was due to the track being a bit of an easier track than this one. We had a lot of closer battles, and we saw at Imola people being spread out quite early on. So of course, an early pit stop would make a bit more sense if you're leading, or ahead of your competition at least. But I think at a track like this one, not so much, unless you're stuck behind a bit of a train, then going for the undercut.
Right, so the timing screen's for everybody. Timing screen to the right of your screen is for me. Ignore it. It's so I can change car. Timing screen to the left is the one that's correct. So we're going to have to work with it, what we got. But that one tells us exactly where everyone is. Sadly, I can't use that to click to people. But the leader at the moment is Hutchinson, followed by Phoenix, then Durek, followed by Tristan Conning, then Sebastian van der... If I'm not wrong, no I am wrong, fifth is
the
actually...
BA is Van der Heuvel. Could we see that battle, please? I ask the nice Wes.
Yep, if I... But... That one, yes, am I right?
And that's our first pitter.
We do have a pitter. Who's pitted?
That is Durek.
Durek and Hutchinson.
From P3. So he's gonna get a bit of an undercut. It's gonna be interesting to see how close he is gonna be when he comes, or when Hutchinson comes out of the pits, I should say.
Don't know why it's done that screen.
We have another.
There you go.
So another pit of that is Wickens. Trying to
We've
undercut
got Paul Cook in as well.
this left. Oh, there's someone going a bit wide on the main straight.
Yeah, George, right? Where is Savad? So those two are battling for now, which is technically P2 because of pit stops. Leon's in the pits as well. All of this. Where's Jansen? Then Jansen's P11, is he? So Jansen's P11.
Yeah, Jansen had a huge incident with someone early on.
So who's VUK? Who would that be?
The two people we saw earlier coming together. Just a few corners from where he is now.
Oh, is that?
And I'm gonna say that's unfortunate for Vince, but he has a bit of a lead that he can afford having a bad race like this one. Currently, let me just check the standings so I'm not saying anything wrong. Jansen, of course, going 5 for 5, winning every single race on up till this one. There's still a chance. I'd say 21 minutes is certainly more than enough time to.
Yeah, well, Hutchins had a great fight back, didn't he? So see what Bits can do.
Some of the speed that we've seen Hutchinson and Phoenix have from the past race at Kyalami, and I think it may become a difficult task for Vince. But yeah, just returning to the standing, Jensen Vince 125 points since we are using the same system as Formula 1. Then we have Sebastian van den Heuvel with 60 points, so more than double as many points as P2 in the championship. But of course, having a bad race is never going to be fun for any driver, no matter where you are in the championship and how big of a lead you have. But it is a bit of a, how can we say, it's a consultation prize that he has such a big lead.
So these two,
we must have had Koenig pit then as Van den Heuvel stopped into the lead. Where did Koenig go out?
No, Koenig's still in front of him. This Koenig followed by it was
okay, so Hutchinson there.
Who else? It was
and then we
Phoenix pitted as well, I believe.
Koenig and Van den Heuvel.
Yeah, if I'm not wrong,
Really
Phoenix
close to each other, 4 tenths separating the two championship competitors.
Koenig's in now. Koenig's in. He's pitted. And if I'm not wrong, Phoenix has pitted as he gets oversteer there, and has beat. No, he's just behind Hutchins, so that will update now. So Phoenix pitted last lap. Hutchins will now be through past him. Koenig's in the pits at the moment. Comes out. They're doing really quick pit stops. Who else is in? Kevin's in as well.
Yeah, and it looks like he's just gonna be able to get right in front of some traffic there.
So you've got.
Not gonna lose too much time on his outlap, it seems.
Where's Kevin come out there? Kevin.
That's great timing from our first driver. So when is Van den Heuvel gonna come in?
Kevin here is defending. Around the outside, not able to do it. Is that Kevin versus Cosmiv? No, it's not. So Kevin is still racing. Who is he racing? No, Splend's in the pits trying to work this out.
Yeah, trying to follow these.
Oh, that's a spin.
About as, oh yeah,
I think,
who's that?
I think Stefan. Man, it's not Stefan, is it? No, it's not. It's a yellow car. That's all I can tell you. I can't tell you which one.
One of all of them.
Yeah, one of all of them.
All yellow at this point. And I was about to say, I think it's a bit not confusing, but it's odd seeing Bahrain in sunlight. Of course, we see the Formula 1 races and WEC races as well being driven at night. simply because it is so hot to drive on this track during daylight.
Bits has just passed, or so Jansen's just passed Doric for, I believe this will be for P6 maybe as they cross the line. It was, what was it? They're crossing the line now.
Yeah,
so it was P7 actually. Who's just coming out of the pits there then? That was all a bit close, isn't it? I'm not sure. Was it Grealish? No, who's just come out of the pits? Not sure. I'm not sure who's leading. I think Sebastian is still leading. No, Sebastian was the one who just pitted. So Sebastian was racing. He was racing Corning, wasn't he? And he's a bit behind him now.
But Koenig pitted early on, and Sebastian haven't pitted yet.
Yeah, now
So
Sebastian's pitted.
He's seeing a gap between those two drivers. Or that is why we're seeing a gap between those two drivers. It's not just something I think. I'm looking forward to see when Van der Heuvel pits and how he's gonna come out compared to Koenig. Koenig, if he's gonna come up to some traffic if it's the driver we have on our screens right now. Could you confirm?
I believe, from what I can work out, the person we're looking at is Sebastian, which is just pitted, and he is.
Has he just pitted?
He's just pitted, and he's actually lost quite a bit of time. It seems to.
So the timings.
I think it will update when he crosses the line. So I think in the car in front of him is Jansen, which is now chasing.
Now leading. And Hutchinson P2.
Gerlich, yeah, I believe Gerlich is now leading, which hasn't pitted. Hutchinson's pitted, he is leading second. Phoenix is pitted, and this is the battle for fourth, which is Jansen versus Conning, which is going for a move. And that is lovely done. So now Conning has Sebastian behind him, as we were before the pit stops, but a little bit more of a gap. But Jansen is making his way up through the field pretty quick.
Yeah, textbook overtake from Benz, just being last of the late breakers and make the corner first. And as I mentioned earlier, he's not going to be too happy about dropping down a lot in the beginning. Having the incident we saw earlier with some driver that I'm still unsure of who was. But I'm sure he's eager to...
I'm unsure at what point he spun, when he spun.
But he didn't spin, he had a crash, didn't he? Wasn't that two drivers we saw coming together?
Was that in the chicane? Was he the... So we thought it was...
I think so.
Because that's the only crash I can think of seeing that one. So the gap for the lead is 4.7. I'm learning these timing screens on the left as we go, and we're getting there.
Yeah, they get updated once the drivers cross the line.
Yeah. Sadly,
It seems.
whoever is in P14, I can't. Good. Stefan's pitted from the lead.
Yeah, so that's gonna be Hutchinson up into the lead now, followed by Phoenix 6 seconds behind. So he's lost a bit of time, but still 15 minutes left of this race. So I think this is perhaps another case of who's best in the tires. I think we could see that being a factor later on. Of course, drivers not opting to change tires since it just takes too much time. And it doesn't make sense for such a short sprint race. Unless you really have the pace to pull that one off. I think only one driver today had that kind of pace, and doesn't seem like he has gone for that decision.
So for some weird reason I'm missing at least two cars that I can't, on my right side, that I can't pick up to look at, which I think is...
As long as we can see Benz, he seems to be really close to Phoenix. Or not.
There we go.
Oh, he is on that, that's Phoenix in front of him, I believe.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, so not quite close enough yet to go for a move on Phoenix, but I think within a lap or two should be possible. Where's my AWS
It's pitting.
predicted overtaking? Oh, and he's pitting now. Okay, so he hasn't pitted yet. That's interesting.
So he's got 13 minutes to get back through this pack. Here we go again.
That's
Then.
gonna be more than difficult for our Luxembourgian driver. I don't know. What's it called?
Is it Luxembourgian? I don't know. You got me. Yeah, I've never had to say that. Yeah, so why not Luxembourg? Is it just Luxembourg? No, that couldn't work. That doesn't sound like that would work.
I don't know. Well, that's an interesting one. Let's figure out that.
How would you pronounce it? Yeah.
Race. And not say it again this time.
So he's come out, I'm not sure where exactly, I believe in about P10. I'm gonna say he's in P10 here, just ahead of Hugo. I'm right, he's come out P10. So I'm not, I think George, I think is a drive that I'm not able to pick up, and I don't know where Cook's P16, do I pick him up? I do. So I can't pick up P18 or 17, or can I? I'm not sure who I'm on board with here, and what position they actually are. So where, hang on, no, I can work that out. Cook was there, so Cook's crossing the line now. So maybe this is the VUK, so I can't, that's P14. But I can't tell you where P17 or 18 are, because P17, yeah, don't have them.
They're too far down.
I don't seem to have. They're not above me for some weird reason in the right hand screen, so I can't see them.
Interesting.
So we'll update, and the car in front of Bits will be Stefan. There we go. So that's who he's charging after. Hutchins has made the gap bigger. It's now 7.2, I've noticed, for the gap for the lead.
Yeah, so Hutchinson seems to really have picked up some pace after going P3 in the qualifying session, so we do see that it's not all about quali. You can have even more pace in the race. And as long as you're defending your own point, it should be good. If you get out in front, that is. Surprised we haven't seen a lot of people go off in that corner. It's one of the trickiest corners, if not the trickiest corner. Or corner combination, I would say. Turn, is that 10 and 11?
I think it's 9 and 10, depend. Yeah.
9 and 10, yeah, of course. Well, I'm not as about Bahrain. Could have been better. Have I done my research before this race? But yeah, I'd say perhaps even the most complicated corners to get right, simply because you have to turn and brake at the same time.
Here goes Jansen.
Oh, and that is gonna be Jansen up into
P8
if he's able to make this move done.
Yes, well maybe he could come back at him.
Gurlich is gonna look for the strip seam, but decides to back out and try and follow Jensen.
Which now has Conning as the next. No, I'm right. I believe Conning's the next car up the road.
That's not Conning. That's
no, Conning's quite.
Cosmer. Thomas Cosmer. And in front of him we have.
Yes, you're right.
Is that Kevin Stanton? I thought he had gone off earlier.
Yeah, Kevin. Yeah, you're right. Kevin's.
Yeah,
in
so that's a
P6.
lovely recovery from the Dutch driver as well, I would say.
Where is Conning? Conning is
P3. He's just in front of.
Oh yes.
Heugel.
Yep, found it. It's finding the three first letters of each name of the surname, and then some of them aren't like that, so it's a bit like, oh, what's going on?
Yeah.
So which one? I'm still trying to work everybody out. Speed is 14th. I've worked that out. Ren 15th. FRI. Who's FRI? Fred. Oh, Alex. Sorry,
Still
found you.
2 seconds between Koning and Van den Heuvel. It's not going to change anything in the championship standings, other than Koning reducing his gap to Van den Heuvel in front by 3 points. If it ends as it is now.
So now I've now worked out which every position every driver's in. There we go. 7 minutes left in the race. I've worked it out. Oh, Kumzu, he's pitting. Wait, why is Thomas pitting? Well, he's coming out of the pits now. That's 2 stops he's made. He was the car in front of Jansen. He's not now. Jansen's got clear air now. It's interesting.
And he's gonna be changing down Stam then.
He's come out in P8 as... No, he's not. No, he hasn't. I lied to you. He's come out in P10.
Right. He's gonna be 10 seconds behind. But with the pace of Justine Jansen, do you think he's gonna be able to do that?
To catch up to Kevin in 6 minutes? Yeah, I think the target I feel is he can get Kevin, I think, but P5, is that too far? I think that could be too far.
He would really have to get his legs out. Or stretch his legs. Sorry.
He can get his legs out if he's in the sun. It is the desert. P2 and 3, not too far away. Only 2 seconds gap between Phoenix and Doric, I believe. No, I'm running again. It's not Doric. It's Conning. Doric is P5. Not too far back. He's only another 4. I lie again. He's actually now behind Sebastian, which is... He always was behind Sebastian. So he's only 4 behind Sebastian, which is 2 behind Corning, which is definitely less than 5, because it was 5 after the pit stop. So the top 2, 3 and 4 slowly getting closer while we've been watching Jansen. I've noticed here, as you can see. And I think there's a back marker involved in that, if I'm not wrong.
Not only are we confusing our viewers, we're giving them a math education as well.
Yes, I'm...
Yes.
I've...
Get the best of both worlds in this stream.
I think that's Cook, by the way. P15 in... Here we go. Let me get on board and see if I'm right. Yeah, I am right. Cook's pulling over. I'm learning. Here we go. I'm learning the screens.
Letting the fast drivers by.
That's lovely.
Nice to see from Paul.
So these gaps have been coming down. Jansen's got a bit... Jansen's gap to Kevin is actually 5 or 4.5. And he's definitely closing.
He is, and with 5 minutes left, I think Taiwa is probably going to be a bit of a factor.
Phoenix is in the pits. What's going on? They're doing 2 stops. Why are there 2?
Oh,
P2's in. I don't.
so that's our leader.
That's P. It was P2's pitted. I don't get this. Why is?
Is this a 2-stopper?
5 minutes to go. It's shocking. No one's told me it was going to be.
No, I wasn't expecting it to be neither. Well, that's going to change everything. Hutchinson now into the lead.
Jansen's passed him. He's still in the pits. He's in the pits for a long time here. He's not coming out yet. Unless he's crashed or something and gone to the pit lane, because his last sector was purple. So unless
What's going on?
he's not returning back out of the pits yet, so for P2 and 3 have changed. There's now Conning in second, Sebastian in third, and they're only 1.5 gap between them, so there is a battle for second. Phoenix, I think he's out of this race, Phoenix. He's now 11th and still not returned to the pit from the pits. I think he could be out. He's now P13. He's definitely out. P11 and 12 having a battle. That will be Leon. Let me find Leon. Leon is battling. He's got up the inside of... Phoenix is disconnected from the server, so he's out.
Oh, that's unfortunate.
And that is Mark behind here. No, it's not. I've lied. I thought it would be Mark. I thought I was learning this.
Terrible. He was having such a great race as well, Phoenix. Of course, getting P2 at Kyalami, having shown some really
Alex.
great race, and almost following Jansen.
Oh, Jansen! In all of this craziness, Jansen has also passed Kevin. So Jansen is now up to P5. You must have got him at the end of last lap while we were noticing P2 had pitted. So,
and he's gonna be hunting down Durek then. But how far ahead is Durek? He seems to be 6 seconds ahead of Kevin the past lap, so it's gonna be a bit tight with 2.5 minutes left. But possible for Jansen.
I'd say he's about 6.5. The gap between Durek and Jansen here, and he's not the car ahead of him. That would be Cook, I believe. It is Cook getting out of the way. Lovely.
Yeah, more or less intentional. Can we see the P2 battle? I think that's one to follow right now.
There it is.
See, it looks like he has decreased that gap.
Yeah, he has. It's 1.1 now.
2 minutes left. Is Tristan gonna feel the pressure then? Seeing that Sebastian is so close to him, having him in his mirrors for such a long time. All seems to be going a bit wide. Ooh, and that's gonna be a lovely run down into turn 1.
Push to pass could be crucial.
He has a slipstream, but is he close enough for an overtaking opportunity? No. 1.5 seconds still between the two drivers, so that's me being a bit optimistic, although it doesn't look like it. Looking at the gap on them, between them.
It was 6/10 as they crossed the line that time, so he's continuing to bring it down. A minute to go. Only, I'd say 2 laps maybe. This lap and another maybe to go. Gap for P4 I think is about 4 and a bit seconds now. So Jansen could get to him maybe if he's really going for it. He could get to P4 on that last lap. I think Leon is... No, he's not quite close to... He's getting closer to Mark for P10. Not able to get it yet. It may have been... Maybe we saw Leon spin earlier, not Kevin like we assumed.
Oh.
Maybe. Because that's what I'm thinking. Because Kevin obviously P6. If he has...
in the standings, I don't see him. Race from Kevin then.
Yeah. So this is close. Final lap then.
This is definitely less
Final
than
lap.
1 second gap.
This is the last lap. Here we go. Does he make the move into turn 1? He goes to the outside. Sebastian to the outside. He's not really ahead. They're alongside. He's locked the front right.
Go for he locks up. He's not going to be able to get the switcheroo on this occasion, but he's more than close enough to get a second chance later on this race. I think Tristan Koenig is starting to feel the pressure a bit here.
The gap for 4th is a second. Jansen's got a second gap now. It's 2 battles on the last lap. 1 for 2nd, 1 for 4th.
Yeah, but not only is this a battle for P2, this is a battle for the championship, as I keep mentioning. But it doesn't seem like Sebastian is able to get close enough for an overtake into turn 10.
Well, will Jansen know? Here we go. Will he think about it? Oh, not just yet.
Not the best of exits.
Oh, he's defends.
And he's gonna have to make it around the outside, of course. A possibility to do now. A bit of a compromised exit for Kevin Stam. But Binz keeps up.
I think we got to go back to the Sebastian one. Do we go back now? It's so. I don't think it's happening though.
Not quite.
Hutchinson's won.
Any kind of passing on opportunity as they come towards the line now. Koenig weaving, yeah, but that's a P2 for Tristan Koenig and P3 for who's that one going off? I don't think
But that was
it's
a back marker.
it's a back marker, yeah. But yeah, P1 from Hutchinson, P2 for Tristan Koenig, and then Van den Heuvel 2/10 behind.
So Kevin takes sixth.
Those two are having.
Oh, Stefan and Kevin were near nose to tail across the line for P6. So many battles on the last lap. Hugo's going to take it was P8, I believe, but people are leaving, so it changes. Kuzma, Tabas take P9, it will be. Mark is going to take P10. I don't know where. Maybe Leon wasn't as close as I thought he was. He is on the same straight. Leon's going to have to take P11.
Yeah, and I'm wondering if it's possible to get an interview with any of the drivers. I don't see Hutchinson in the voice channel, but I do see Tristan Koenig and Van der Heuvel. So, can you drag them into this one?
I don't have the authority to drag, sadly.
Give me a second, I'm trying to reach him.
So you have to ask very
It'd be really
politely.
interesting to have an interview with those two.
We worked out the cameras in the end. Feel like we're gonna have to use the bot thing for next week, maybe. Oh, 3 battles at the end that went to the last turn. Here's a question, actually. If we do that, back to the pits, does it tell us we have the finishing positions on your screen now? Hutchinson, Conning, Sebastian, Doric, Jansen, Kevin, Stefan Gullish.
We have joining us here now. It is our P3 driver.
Hello.
Hello, Sebastian Van den Heuvel.
Hello, good evening.
P3 for you in this race. We saw a very close battle between you and Tristan. Can you give us some words on that one?
Yeah, I'm really happy with the battles we had, but really disappointed I didn't get them at the end. I think the race was just a few laps too short because I was getting really close to him in the end. But yeah, I mean, it was like 0.4 on the line, something like that. Yeah, just way too close. Good racing though, so I enjoyed that. P3 always good. But yeah, I would have liked to have P2, you know.
Yeah, I seem to get into the mirrors of the Swiss driver, who's of course. Oh, who's this one? We're joined by Tristan Koenig then as well.
Hello.
Hello, Tristan.
Hello.
Well, we could we have your take on the race then? We've just had Sebastian's.
Well, I said our pace was like pretty similar, I'd say, and I managed to pull a gap by pitting earlier than Seb, so that gave me a healthy lead. But my tires were very dead at the end, so he was catching up. I couldn't take the final 2 corners with any speed anymore for like the final 5 laps or so.
Yeah, a very close battle between you. On our timings, it said there was 2/10 between you two. You said that you did a bit of an undercut on Sebastian. Do you think there's some strategy to be played with when you have such short pit stops?
Yeah, definitely, because well, Seb said he had some traffic in his in the lap right after I pitted, so that definitely helped. But I'd say, yeah, definitely, if you're the guy in front and you think like the guy behind is only sticking with you because of the slipstream, by pitting earlier than him, you could easily pull up a gap that you can keep for the rest of the race.
Yeah, so instead of getting into traffic and perhaps letting him get an overtake, you just pit earlier.
Exactly.
Yeah.
The unfortunate part, because I got into traffic on the lap after that, so I lost a bit of time there. Then I pitted, and Elsa came out, I think 3 seconds ahead of me.
Was
So that didn't really,
I think so.
4 even. Yeah, so that didn't really help at all.
No, that's
And,
some very nice strategy from you then.
Thank you.
You said your tires were dead at the end. It's only a 30-minute race. Do you think it's a possibility to go for a tire change, or
No.
does it cost you too much?
That's not at all possible. I don't know how long it is in in Assetto Corsa, but I'd say definitely more than those 4 seconds. Or like, I mean, I was only like a couple times in front of him at the end, so I don't think it would have worked out.
Yeah, you'll of course lose some time in the pits, but you'll have some great pace towards the end of the race compared to your competition. So I'm just wondering if it's worth in that regard.
No, I wouldn't say so. And I'd say it was also because of the track, because on every other race so far I didn't have troubles with tire life, except for this one now. So I think it's more an anomaly than.
Yeah, some really fast corners in the final sector of the track, hurting the tires quite a lot. Was it worse in Kialami?
100%. Kyolami had no issues whatsoever.
I wouldn't. I got killed in Kielami, so
Ah, yeah, I'm sorry to hear about that one.
yeah. Well, it happens. It's racing.
It happens, but you didn't win today. Will you win over him next round? You will also, yeah. You're going to Road Atlanta. Seems like I know you like.
I like that track. It's a man's track. You have to be brave to do a good lap around there. I wish I could. I hope I will. It depends if Elsa's joining us next race. But I think if he joins us, I'll do my best to beat him.
Yeah, and I don't think that one is going to be too tough on the tires, so perhaps that's not going to be an issue.
No, I think apart from the SS downhill, it shouldn't be too tough. So I think we're able to push right up to the end. I mean, it's only a 30-minute race, so it should be good. Should be a good race. Looking forward to it.
Yeah, there's only 2 points between you two in the championship standings. Is that something you're going to keep in mind when you race each other, or do you just go for the best possible position in the race?
I mean, at the end of the day, I always want to finish, and I'll try to put my car in a place where I know I won't crash. At least I try to. But yeah, I don't look at the points too much because it's still quite a few races left. So I just take it one race at a time.
I mean, I'd say I'm not gonna try to crash, of course. I'm not gonna be like Max. But definitely when the C's up behind me or in front of me, I'm definitely gonna race a bit harder, just because obviously he's a friend of mine and obviously the standings are very close. So I always want to make sure I'm ahead of him, but I'm
Is he
not
ahead of
gonna
me
do any
now, by the
reckless
way?
things. Sorry?
Are you ahead of me now, by the way?
No, you're still 2 points
No,
ahead.
not now. It's still Sebastian leading by 2 points. So
Oh,
you're
okay,
not
that's
racing
good.
for the championship. You're racing to win over Sebastian.
Yeah.
Well,
That's
for
okay.
me at the moment, that's more important. Just beating my friend, because that's.
Yeah.
I mean, Jensen is so far gone at the moment. I don't think we're going to be able to catch him.
No.
He didn't win
So
today, though.
he did not.
Hutchinson did.
No, I don't know what happened to him because I saw him drop back
He had a
during the
couple
race.
incidents.
He crashed early on.
He crashed early on, and then he got back in front of me, but then he dropped back again for some reason.
There saw some drivers with 2 pit stops, but I'm not sure if that was due to damage.
That's probably due to damage, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I experienced it last race when I went to the wall. I was losing about 4 or 5 seconds a lap. So if you got some damage, you're just better off to pit, because you're not doing yourself any favors by staying out.
No. Well, thanks for the interview.
Well, thanks for having me.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Thank you.
And I think with that, that's going to be end of the stream. Next week we are going to Road Atlanta, as I briefly mentioned. A lot shorter track, a bit slower, think it's gonna be still a fast track in these cars, but there's some slow corners on that track, so not quite as fast. Yeah. So do follow us for that one. Do keep in mind that we still have an Instagram account you can follow, at Anti-Stall Racing, where we do post results of this race as well as highlights, and other media stuff. We're running at Formula One season. I believe it begins next week. I'm not too sure about that one. You can go read about it on Instagram or our website, antistallracing.com, with the Mercedes W12 that has just been announced on iRacing. And on Sunday, if you haven't got enough of Anti-Stall Racing League, you can watch the Formula V's in iRacing. I'm not sure which track it's going to, but it's going to be a lovely race nonetheless. So, yeah, it's going to be lovely. Thank you for watching, and thank you for enjoying the stream. Hopefully you enjoyed the stream. We're going to see you next time.